Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into this show today. Now, today's episode, we're talking about the Verizon Visa card. Obviously, a credit card designed for the Verizon ecosystem and Verizon customers, which I personally am at the moment. So, of course, we'll take a look at Verizon as a whole. We'll talk about the earnings and redemptions of this card, how it works, some of the cell phone plans, and figure out on the other end of this, if you're a Verizon customer, is this the best way to pay for your cell phone coverage or not? So, of course, if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, of course, first things first when we get to it with these videos, normally we say let's get to know more about the bank, but we'll briefly learn a little bit more about Verizon as well as who issues the card from our classic Did You Know slide. Still some interesting facts here. So, classic Did You Know? So, Verizon was founded back in 2000 via a joint venture with Bell Atlantic and Vodafone. I actually remember both of those names, so I guess I'm getting old. Bell Atlantic ended up becoming Verizon Communications, which later bought out Vodafone's portion of the conglomerate here in 2014. So Verizon is actually the largest cell provider in the U.S., at least going back to Q1 of 2021, so about a year and a half ago from the time of taping, with 142.8 million subscribers. Must be nice. Anyways, the card is issued by Synchrony Bank, and of course it's only available to Verizon customers, but you probably wouldn't want it if you're not a Verizon customer. And so there you have it. Verizon's been around for a while. They're doing what everyone else does. Let's make a co-branded credit card to help, lock people in, customer loyalty, that whole thing. So the real question is, if you are a Verizon customer, or actually if you're thinking about becoming a Verizon customer, because these days changing your phone service really isn't that hard. You can bring over your phone number and everything. It can be done in a matter of, instance. Back in my day, I used to spend 4 or 5 hours in a Verizon store, any cell phone service, but that's a whole nother thing. So here's the deal. Let's talk about the earnings rewards, and we'll take a look at the card. Then we'll talk about, kind of the use cases for this. So we talk about the Verizon Visa card earnings and rewards. Now, this is technically kind of a cashback card, but it doesn't earn cash back the way you're used to. This earns Verizon dollars because the name Shroot Bucks was already taken, I guess. Now, the valuation here is one Verizon dollar is going to equal one real dollar, so that's pretty good. Now, there's no earnings limit, and your Verizon dollars do not expire. Also pretty good. Now, the redemptions here, phones or accessories like a new cell phone or a case or car charge or something like that. Obviously, you can pay your Verizon phone service. Verizon at the time of this also has home internet as well, so you could throw in for that as well. Now, they also added travel, so you can do travel book through Verizon's portal and gift cards purchased through Verizon as well. So again, when it comes to rewards and redemptions here, I wouldn't bother with travel and I wouldn't bother with gift cards. Normally when you do those valuations, you're probably going to get less than the 1 cent per point of the one Verizon dollar for one real dollar. The value here is, if you had a ton of points and you wanted to cash in for a new phone or something like that, probably do that. Accessories are usually cheaper on Amazon and third-party places anyway, so I probably wouldn't do that, or at least price check them first before you do. But you could in theory go after a new phone that way as well. But the primary use of redemptions is going to be towards your Verizon bill. So with that, now let's take a look at the card itself. So taking a look at the card, the Verizon Visa card is a card after my own heart. It is black with a touch of red. That red outline I added because if not, it would simply blend too much into the slide. So that's not there, but just solid black card, red logo, very clean. I like it. Annual fee, none. That's great. Off to a good start. Multipliers here, pretty interesting. 4x on groceries and gas stations, 3 back on dining, 2 back on Verizon, 1 back on all other purchases. Benefits we're talking about here. $100 credit applied to your Verizon bill over 24 months when using your card to pay, which equates to $4.17 per month for 24 months. This is not a lifetime bill. This is basically just for 24 months. You do get 2 free travel pass days per year, and there are no foreign transaction fees. So let's break that down a little bit. Multiplier is pretty self-explanatory. Now, again, with this card, that $100 credit is almost functioning as a sign-up bonus. Now, the reason I think it's over 24 months is because back in the day, if you remember, we used to sign up for 2-year cell phone contracts, and you would get the cell phone for a subsidized price. So I'm guessing that's why they do it. But of course, most of the time now we just do the pay-as-you-go, or just buy your phone outright, get a new one every year. But either way, $4.17 per month for 24 months. So long as you pay with your Verizon card. Now, of course, you wouldn't get this card and not pay your Verizon bill with it, so I think that's fine. It's an odd number, but it's probably fine. The two travel passes, like if you wanted to go out of the country or a spot where you'd be roaming, so if I was, I want to go across the bridge to Canada, right, I could use one of those and I would be covered up to like a certain data limit, certain call, or something like that. So two of those a year, not too bad, honestly. Of course, there's no foreign transaction fees. What's weirdly missing from this card is cell phone coverage, right? I have to call it out because you would think you'd get cell phone coverage on this, right? And the reason you would think it is because it's designed for paying your cell phone bill. Normally the requirement for cards that offer cell phone insurance is that you pay the bill each month with a card with cell phone insurance. However, I'm guessing because Verizon, being a Verizon customer, I know Verizon and Insureon, they're like a giant tech insurance provider. They usually have a relationship. They usually want you to sign up for the Insureon coverage, which they probably get a bigger portion of than if you did it through the card. So I'm guessing that's why they don't have cell phone insurance, but that's going to play a role in your decision right there. So keep that in mind. Again, this is 2x back on Verizon purchases, right? But you could take something like the Ink Cash card from Chase. It gets 5x back on wireless purchases, services, things like that. Or you might be paying with a different card altogether, like the Wells Fargo Autograph that gives you 3x back on wireless coverage, but also has a level of cell phone insurance. So keep that in mind. Now, there's one other thing to talk about here, though, and that is Verizon has a system where if you roll an auto pay, so obviously you pay, they come into your account, take the money out each month. You have to turn on like e-statements and then auto pay, but you can only do auto pay through ACH or debit card, right? If you use a credit card, you can't qualify for it. I mean qualify because they give you a $10 discount on your bill if you go through auto pay with the e-statements, the debit card, or the ACH. If you have the Verizon Visa card, you can get, that will count as auto pay as well. They will allow you to use that credit card only for auto pay. And that again will help you qualify for these $10 discounts. And it's $10 per line. But the thing to be careful of here is that from what I understand, it depends on the plan that you have. So I was going to show you my plan, but I'm on a family plan with 4 people, mom, dad, me, other brother, right? But our plan is so old, they don't offer it in. So we're grandfathered. You can't go online and sign up for it. We have like 10 gigs of data, something like that. And, it's under my mom's name, but I kind of run the plan because they don't want anything to do with cell phones. So long story short, I don't know that my plan doesn't really qualify for this auto pay discount, so we're going to take a look at some plans they have online really quick at the time of taping, and then kind of show you how you can best make your decision. So here you have it. Again, they have about 4 options. Of course, they're telling us they have their best plan ever, so let's just say you went with the best plan ever, because who can ignore that marketing? So right there, it's $55 a line per month, plus taxes, of course. However, they're already factoring in the auto pay thing. So if you drop down just underneath that, it's $65 without paper-free billing and auto pay. And you can see that goes, through all the plans, even if you didn't want their best plan ever. So, that right there, we kind of have a decision to make, right? Because again, you can do auto pay already and get that discount without the card, but then you miss out on other benefits anyways, right? So if you did that, did auto pay automatically to save $10, then you wouldn't be getting cell phone insurance from any card. You wouldn't be earning any multiplier from any card, right? But you'd be saving $10. $10 per line, which again, if you're on a family plan, that for us, if we were on one of these plans, that'd be $40. That's not too bad. However, the Verizon card, on the other hand, is going to let you still get that $10 discount and get 2% back on your Verizon bill, right? So really, to figure out if this card is worth it for you, you kind of have to do the math and see what your break even is, right? Do you prefer cell phone insurance? Would it make more sense to, buy cell phone insurance from Asurion through Verizon, or maybe get Apple Care, and do that? So there's a kind of other factors you have to figure out when looking at this card. Now, overall, should you just use this card as like a regular card because it does have high multipliers on other categories like groceries and gas? Well, I'd say, if you really just want to, hey, I just want to use one card and I want to get some level of savings, then you could effectively think of this as a cashback card because you're going to, again, just redeem those for your cell phone bill. And that, in effect, is cashback because it frees up, cash that you would have given Verizon to use in other places. So I think that's fine. For me personally, I think it comes down to the math. You have to understand and do you like cell phone insurance? Do you already pay for it through Verizon? What other card options do you have and things like that? So for me, I think the Verizon Visa card is okay at best. There are really some things they should have done differently, in my opinion, looking back on this card. I think they should bump up the Verizon multiplier. I think it should at least be 3x back. Again, that would match the Wells Fargo autograph card 3x. 5 would have been great. I think 5 definitely would have been a game changer. This would have been a no-brainer. I do think the card should offer a level of cell phone insurance. I understand they have their partnership, but I think that's a big miss, and that right there can also make it difficult for people to make the decision. So overall, I think it's worth considering if you're a Verizon customer. For me personally, I already have so many cards. They give me 5x back, give me cell phone insurance. I get my cell phone insurance from Apple Care, actually, so I'm probably going to stick with the Chase Ink Cash card. 5% back on cell phones. No big deal there, but of course, it's not a bad option to consider. So anyways, guys, if you like this one, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, of course, consider subscribing to the channel. Again, posting content just like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. My question for you guys out there, especially Verizon customers, what do you think? What is the card you use to pay your cell phone bill? Do you prioritize getting another card with cell phone insurance over this one? Do you just prefer the auto pay discount as a whole? Love to hear your thoughts on that. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.